The passive voice. This is the second part of our presentation, which will be presented after a time. In the name of Allah, welcome again to our video. Secondly, we are going to talk about the passive voice. Let's take an example or some examples for the passive voice. When we say Rita writes a letter, this is active sentence. But what is the passive voice of this sentence? Firstly, we have to identify that tense of the sentence, which is present simple. So the passive must be like this. A letter is written by Rita. I'm starting with the object, then a suitable verb to be according to the object. If it was singular or plural, then the past participle of the verb. Number 2, Rita wrote a letter. The same sentence but in another tense. The sentence is in the past simple. So what is the passive of this sentence? It's a letter was written by Rita. So I use just the word was, and then I got the past participle of the verb. Rita has written a letter. The same sentence in the present perfect. So what's the passive of the present perfect? It must be a letter has been written by Rita. Another tense. Rita will write a letter. In which tense the sentence? Exactly, it's in the future. So what is the passive voice in the future? It must be a letter will be written by Rita. Rita can write a letter. The sentence is with using the model or one of the models. So how can I make the passive voice using the models? I can say a letter can be written by Rita. Let's take the general form of the passive. We start with the object of the sentence, then forms of verb to be, then the past participle. The object of the sentence, which will be the subject of the passive sentence. So the object of an active sentence becomes the subject of the passive sentence. The subject of the active sentence becomes the object of the passive sentence, or you can drop. The verb must have an object. The formation of the passive voice. In the present tenses, firstly in the simple present, am, is, or, am, or is, or are, plus past participle. In the continuous tenses, I'm using am, or is, or are, plus being, or am, or is, or are being, and plus the past participle. In the present perfect, have, or has been, plus the past participle. In the present perfect continuous, we can use have, has, been, or being plus past participle. The simple past, we use was or were plus past participle. In the past continuous, we use was or were being plus past participle. In the past perfect, we use had been plus past participle. In the past perfect continuous, we use had been or had been plus past participle. In the simple future, we use will be plus past participle. In the future continuous, we use will being plus past participle. In the future perfect, we use will have been plus past participle. In the future perfect continuous, we use will have being plus past participle. Pay attention to this note. The present perfect continuous, the past perfect continuous, the future continuous, and the future perfect continuous tenses of the passive voice are already used. Number 2. The adverbs of place comes before the adverbs of time. For example, she was born in Hanoi in 1990. So what are the cases of using the passive voice? Or what about the usage of the passive voice? The active voice of a verb is used when the subject of the verb refers to the person or thing performing the action described by the verb. This is the active. But the matter is different for the passive voice. The passive voice is used when the focus is on the action. It's not important or not known, however, who or what is performing the action. And let's take an example. My bike was stolen. The focus is on the fact that my bike was stolen. I do not know, however, and who did it. Sometimes a statement in passive is more polite than active voice, as the following examples. Number 1, a mistake was made. So it's more polite to use the passive voice in such example or such case in the language. In this case, I focus on the fact that a mistake was made, or I don't blame anyone.